Imagine a presidential administration so radical, so agenda-driven, that it is trying to punish people who do not believe what Obama believes. Companies are being targeted because they do not agree with an Obama policy. Phony climate change. It is outrageous and unbelievable. And yet, it's another example of how the fourth branch of government is completely out of control and must be reined in along with the Congress and the President. But how do we do that? Joining me now from Marion, Kansas, Regional Director for the Convention of the States Project, David Schneider. David, as Regional Director, you have your fingers on, 6 states?
Actually, 9 states.
9 states? All right. Among them is Nebraska, Oklahoma, Kansas, some very good states. Are any of them close to passing a resolution for a convention of the states to go along with the other two? What is it, Indiana and Tennessee that passed this year?
That's correct. Yeah, actually, a couple of them are really close, and we've gotten really close in a few of these other states that we just barely did not pass. But Missouri is going to be voting very soon, and we have great hopes there. And Oklahoma is actually going to be taking up the resolution here in about a week or two as well. And again, looking really good in both of those states.
It's a nonpartisan issue. It's supposed to be just simply a constitutional issue. That is, it shouldn't be a Democrat or Republican issue. Yet, it appears that if you draw a line through the Convention of the States that have passed these resolutions, that it's the Republican-controlled bodies that are doing so. Is that what you're seeing here?
By and large, yeah. It looks like mostly that the Republicans are certainly wrapping their arms around a way of limiting the federal government. You know, this shouldn't be a partisan issue, as you just said. But as you also just said, that it seems like the Republican-held legislatures are embracing it much more than the Democrats.
It's unfortunate, but there are some so-called constitutional conservative groups, again, so-called, who are among the folks, so it's not just Democrats, it's these folks who are leading the charge to blockade a convention of the states. True?
That's very true. We have organizations out there such as the Eagle Forum, John Birch Society, that are actively trying to thwart us in these legislatures. You know, they take a view of, hey, what if? You know, what if this thing runs away? What if we do away with our Constitution? You know, and our argument is obviously, hey, that's exactly what's going on right now. This is the Founding Fathers' vision, their action plan that they handed down to the state legislatures to fix the problem that they proposed that they're supposedly against, and they're fighting us tooth and nail on each of these legislatures. It's frustrating at times.
Do you try and explain to these people that for that to happen, it would take 38 states to agree to abolish the Constitution, or as some people are saying, the Second Amendment or the First Amendment, what have you? It takes 38 states to do so.
Exactly right. We had that conversation over and over again, and they honestly just closed their ears to it, and they keep preaching that this is something in the Constitution that should never be touched, even though that they can proclaim themselves to be constitutionalists.
Okay,
in my vision.
So those are the, I'm sorry to interrupt, David, but those are the outside groups. But obviously, they probably have influence on legislators. Where are the bottlenecks? Which states and which legislators are bottling this thing up?
You know, we have just a few bottlenecks. You know, in Kansas, we had a great vote. We were 77 to 47 in favor. But we have such a high mark in Kansas, we need a 2/3 majority to pass the legislature. So just a couple more votes and we would have passed there. We have a committee in South Dakota that just happened this last week that shot us down after we passed the South Dakota House, and it was just one member. It was Senator Greenfield. Obviously, he voted with a few other people, but we really counted on his vote to make it happen in South Dakota. And it's just little pieces here and there, and we just need more people that reach out to their state legislators to make sure that this is a high priority for them. We need to make sure that they understand that we're watching their votes on this measure, and we want to make sure that they are supporting the Constitution.
All right. So if anyone wants to contact the state Senate in South Dakota, it's Senator Greenfield. He's one of the problem children out there.
Well, unfortunately, they just adjourned, so we're going to have to wait until next year with them. Of course, all these guys are up for election this year. So we need to make sure that they hear from us out in the grassroots, and make sure that every one of our state legislators understand this is a high priority for them.
Takes 34 states to get this done. And again, to amend the Constitution, it takes 38. So there is a high threshold, and the framers of the Constitution built that in there. So there's nothing to be afraid of here. What we have to be afraid of is exactly what we have right now. David, thanks.